Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Fractal Bitcoin. Welcome to today's Bitcoin news video. I'm Chris, and of course, the show's about Bitcoin, but it's really about your prosperity going into the future, which includes Bitcoin, mostly, and also understanding all the fiat and government nonsense that's happening that's literally stealing from you every moment of every day. But let's get right into it. This is the Bitcoin chart right now. We're in the green today. Obviously, yesterday we had this huge down day, but today we're back up to right around $62,000. And look, as I say every day, we might come down further. It's not a big deal. We might go sideways for 3 or 4 months. Not a big deal. And this is from Bitcoin for Freedom. Bitcoin leverage and weak hands are washed out. Hedge funds are closing their shorts. Morgan Stanley is ready to list ETFs for their customers. Ready for takeoff. Yeah, so everything that's happened in the past this is the past few weeks, right? We've been literally coming down. It's washing out the shorts and the weak hands. I mean, who's selling? Why would you sell Bitcoin right now? We have another year and a half of to the moon. Anyway. But yeah, the monthly range has been preserved. In fact, Bitcoin is forming a higher low relative to its May lows, both in downside wick and candle body low. Yeah, so if we look at this is the range here, but this blue range right here, and you could see the current month we're in. These are monthly candles. This is June. And yeah, we came down, but we didn't come down as far as May. We didn't wick down as far as May. And also, if we close above the blue line, like where we are now, we'll be closing above where we closed in May. So, it's not major in the sense that we're not making new lows, right? So that's something for sure. Bitcoin is scraping a trend line that started in 2016. A bull market has never ended without breaking the third line at least. That's $311,000 right now. $560,000 in June of 2025. So in 1 year. Yeah, and you could see this is the chart. And you could see this is the general range. No charts are perfect, but we look at a bunch of charts and we get the gist, right? That's what charts are good for. So yeah, you could see where we are now, and if we come up to this third line, at least this third line, if not the fourth line, a lot of people think we're going to have a bigger bull run this cycle than last cycle. A lot of people think the last cycle was stunted because of all the FTX nonsense and all the other nonsense. So anyway, but how happy would you be if there's a $560,000 Bitcoin in June of 2025? I'll take it. Yeah. And the Bitcoin Mayer multiple is a cool 1.07. And this kind of measures, I guess, how heated up the market is, sort of. And you can see the Mayer multiple is this red line on the bottom, and we've come down. So, which means we have more room to go up. Right, you can see in the past bull runs, this is the late 2017 peak, this Mayer multiple went way up, I believe. Yeah, and then in the last bull run, 2020, early 2021, it went way up as well. So we still have a lot of upside. That's what this chart is telling us, I believe. So yeah, and I thought this was a great quote from Ione Appleberg. Bitcoin is an economic psychedelic. And I thought this was a very interesting quote because it really does blow your mind and expand your mind when you look into Bitcoin and understand Bitcoin, right? The more you understand it, it's like, whoa, it literally changes your reality. So I thought this was a very interesting quote there. All right, here's some news on adoption. We got Strike, the Strike app, announcing Strike UK. And here's Jack Mallers. He has a 14-minute video, which I linked to below. I linked to everything below. Not in the shorts, but in the regular videos, which if you're watching this on a short, come subscribe to the channel on YouTube. But yeah, Strike is now available in the UK. Strike is a really good app that you can get on your phone. You can buy Bitcoin, send Bitcoin and everything, and buy and sell, obviously. So good for Strike. The more adoption, the more countries Strike is in, the better. And this is breaking news here because Warren Buffett-owned Brazilian bank Nubank is to integrate Bitcoin Lightning payments. Yeah, Nubank has 100 million customers in Latin America. So not only is this Bitcoin adoption, but it's Lightning adoption, which is very interesting because the Lightning network is very promising in terms of helping the masses send and receive small amounts of Bitcoin day to day, right? Like if you think of Visa, like the Visa credit card or any credit card, it's smaller transactions day to day, potentially multiple transactions a day. And the credit card networks, they can handle that. Well, Lightning can handle those kind of smaller day-to-day payments. And so it's good to see a huge Brazilian bank is going to integrate Lightning, right? That's serious adoption. And yeah, here's Morgan Stanley. Remember Morgan Stanley? 4 or 5 months ago, they came out and said, oh, we're not going to have the Bitcoin ETF. Yeah, well, they are. We called, what was the over-under, 2 or 3 months? I forget. So maybe it's a little over. Maybe it's been 5 months. Anyway, Morgan Stanley is expected to approve Bitcoin ETFs on their platform for all clients by the end of August at the latest, according to a very senior source. So yeah, this is the thing. You can try to avoid Bitcoin. It's not going to work. You can try to denigrate Bitcoin. It's not going to work. You can try to shun Bitcoin. It's not going to work. Sorry, Bitcoin is eating everything, and it's glorious. Look at this face. Yeah, all right, so subscribe to the channel while you're thinking about it, if you'd like to. And let's get into a little bit of fiat government nonsense. Actually, one of the major stories of the day, Julian Assange, we're going to cover in a second. Because Bitcoin solves most of these issues, okay? So first, yeah, Julian Assange is free. Actually, here we go. Julian Assange is free. Free! Yeah, we've been waiting a long time for this, and I have a bunch of quick stories on Julian Assange, but first we'll start with this quote from him back in 2011. The goal is to use insert country to wash money out of the tax bases of the US and Europe through insert country and back into the hands of a transnational security elite. The goal is an endless war, not a successful war. He said this in 2011, and I know a lot of people knew it before that, but this is what government does. They start endless wars. It's just money laundering. That's literally all the war is. It's money laundering. Or they're stealing oil, or they're stealing. So they're either plundering and or they're laundering money. That's literally what war is. Guess what? With Bitcoin, can't do that with Bitcoin. No government would do that with Bitcoin. So he's free. Here's an article, Julian Assange to end 12-year U.S. prosecution with a guilty plea in exchange for freedom. Julian Assange is free. He left Belmarsh maximum security prison on the morning of June 24th after having spent 1,901 days there. He was granted bail by the High Court in London and was released at Stansted Airport, where he boarded a plane and departed the UK. There he is. I don't know if that's actually him on the plane today, but actually he's on the plane right now. I'm going to show you in a second. He might be landing right now I'll talk about it in a second. Yeah, he agreed to plead guilty to a single charge of breaching U.S. espionage law by conspiring to obtain and disclose classified national defense documents. The plea would credit Assange for time served, allowing him to immediately return to Australia, which is what he's doing right now. However, the deal still requires approval from a federal judge. Assange is expected to appear in a court in Saipan, which is a U.S. Pacific territory. I'm going to show you in a second. It's like an island in the middle of the Pacific. At 9 a.m. on Wednesday, there he will be sentenced to 62 months of the time already served and is expected to return to Australia shortly after. So yeah, he just has to go to this island. And here's Odell saying, never thought we would see the day. Wonderful news. Incredibly happy to see Julian reunited with his family. And yeah, here's his wife, Stella Assange. She tweeted this about 2.5 hours ago. She says 2.5 hours to go until Julian Assange arrives in Saipan. And it's literally an island Look at it. This is where it is. It's in the middle of the Pacific. Not in the middle, but he has got to go there for, to go to court, and then he's going to go to Australia. But this quote here by Sreko Horvat, think about this. Before being able to return to Australia, Assange had to fly to the midst of the Pacific in order to plead guilty for a crime he has not committed, while the war criminals he exposed are still free. Let's celebrate today, but never forget and keep fighting. Yeah, don't forget, he exposed so much criminality, no one ever got charged or held accountable, but they put him through hell for the last 15 years. And now, this is weird because his wife posted urgent emergency appeal for donations to cover massive $520,000 debt for jet. Julian's travel to freedom comes at a massive cost. This is retarded. Julian will still owe $520,000 US, which he is obliged to pay back to the Australian government for charter flight VJ199. What? He was not permitted to fly commercial airlines or routes to Saipan and onward to Australia. Any contribution, big or small, is much appreciated. So for some reason, this flight is costing him $520,000. What a scam. And here's the page where you can donate. A lot of people have donated already. I'll link to everything below, obviously. But yeah, and here is a video. I was going to watch this on this video with you, but it's 5 minutes and 43 seconds. But you have to watch this if you want to know the whole backstory. Like from the very beginning, 15 years ago, what Julian Assange did, what he exposed, who came after him, and a bunch of nonsense. It's a really good sort of a summary of the whole history of it. But it's 5 minutes 43. You can definitely, the link is below in the show notes, and you can watch it. It's Tucker summarizing the whole thing. It's very good. I was happy to hear it all summarized in one clean video. So it's really good if you want to see that. So yeah, that's the Julian Assange news. Great news for today. I mean, man, 15 years of dealing with all that nonsense, and he's still dealing with it. But anyway, at least he's free. All right, the next story is Representative Matt Gaetz. It's breaking news from today. He introduced groundbreaking legislation to modernize our tax system by requiring the U.S. Treasury to implement a program to allow federal income tax to be paid with Bitcoin. Okay, some people are talking about this as if it's like a success or a win. First question I have, first of all, taxation is theft. This kind of taxation is immoral and it's theft. And so I don't care what currency you want me to pay in. I don't want to pay it. It's a scam. Right? So, okay, now we can pay in Bitcoin. I don't care. This is a complete scam. Taxes are a scam. Literally. You know how much they tax you on every single thing? I mean, we could go through it. It would take me 10 minutes. But anyway, apparently some people are happy that now you're going to be able to you're going to be able to you're going to be able to pay the cartel in Bitcoin so you can stay out of jail. Because if you don't pay the cartel, you're going to jail. Oh, but now you can pay in Bitcoin. Okay. I mean, in some ways, yes, it's Bitcoin adoption, but I don't like it, as you can tell. All right, this is about the Lightning Network. This is Voltage. I've covered this company before. They're a company which you can, open Lightning channels with them, and they do all the heavy lifting in the back end. You just, you pay a fee, but they manage the Lightning channels. They balance the channels. Voltage is a very cool company in that sense where, because opening Lightning channels and managing them on your own is not easy. And that's why I haven't done it yet. I looked into it and I saw everything that's involved and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. It's too hard. And you could lose a bunch of sats, a lot. So I was like, I'm not doing it. But if I ever did want to do it, I'd probably use Voltage. This is an announcement that they have redesigned their website. And yeah, and so I'll link to them below if you want to check out Voltage. Little AI news real quick. LLM hardware is evolving from GPUs to ASICs. And if you're not familiar, ASICs are what run in Bitcoin miners, right? So now the processing power that the chip or whatever the ASICs that run Bitcoin miners, they're going to start being used in AI models. And here's one posted here. Meet Sohu, the fastest AI chip of all time. And yeah, it's over 8 times. Anyway, it's a lot faster than the GPUs that are used now in AI. So I don't want to get too into the weeds on this, but anyway, this is just AI evolving. It's getting more powerful. It's being able to do more things. So we got to be aware of it. And we have to use AI to help us, but we also have to make sure AI doesn't destroy us, which I don't know. Personally, I'm not worried about that for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive, but I don't know. And maybe if AI is a real threat, maybe it's like 50 years from now, which I might still be here. I'll be 102. Is that how old I'll be? Yeah. All right, here, you have to know yourself because look at this. Norris Williams survived the Titanic sinking despite spending hours in freezing water that led to doctors to recommend amputating his legs. He refused, he recovered, and he went on to win the U.S. Tennis Championship in the same year, 1912. Whoa. I love stories like this. Your mind is so powerful. It really is. Mind over matter is literally true. Oh, I love it. And here's Hodlebod. He created the Noster app called Coracle. He said he's proud. I'll read it. Proud of my son. He decided over a year ago he wanted to buy a kayak. He sold worms last summer on the side of the road and cookies this summer at the farmer's market. Until this past weekend, he was able to pay $150 cash for a kid's kayak. He earns bonus points because he's now temporarily on 0 fiat, but owns a decent amount of Bitcoin for an 8-year-old. So I just wanted to put this in here because it's awesome. I love this. What a way to teach kids. What a way to raise kids. It's beautiful. And the kids are the future. Oh, this is so good. This is proof of work right here, right? Proof of work. You got to do work to get the thing. Oh, I love it. And here, oh my God. All right, check it out. This is the Cat Club. It's the Cat Club. Come on, it's funny. All right, this is our website, fractalbitcoin.com. Click this link at the very top. It says join our locals community and come over here and join our locals community. It's free. It's pretty cool. I post exclusive videos over here, short little video updates and stuff. It's pretty cool. So that's it for today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow if you're watching on Rumble. I really appreciate you guys watching and all you savages in the comments who really support me doing this every day. Some days it's harder to do than others, but all in all, it's a joy. I'm happy to be on this journey with you, embracing Bitcoin, establishing our freedom and liberty, and overcoming these fiat and government tyrants. It's a beautiful journey. It's not going to be easy, and we haven't fought the final battle yet, but I'm glad you're on the journey with me, and I appreciate you. So, all right, I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's Bitcoin news video. All right.